Hey guys, hi, welcome to my next video. This is Abhinav, and on this channel I talk about newcomer advice. I'm personally a newcomer. I came to Canada in 2019, so I've been working here, I've been studying here, and all the things that I share in my videos is based on my personal experience. So in the last one I talked about how I applied for my PR and got my PR done in less than 2 years, starting as a student. I'll link that video in the description below. I recommend you watch that one before watching this one because this is the second part of that video. In this one, I'll talk about what are the benefits of getting a PR versus a student or versus a work permit. So let's get started. So there are 6 main benefits that PR gives you. I'll talk about all of the benefits one by one. So starting from the first one, that is right to mobility, which means that you can live in any part of the country if you want. Let's say you got your PR done in Ontario and you want to move to Vancouver or Quebec. So there's nothing that can hold you back. You just have to pack your bags and go to a different province and you can start living there. So there are no restrictions. You can find the work that you want. You can live wherever you want and no one can stop you if you're a PR holder. So you just go to any part of the country and start living there. Set up your life. So the second main benefit of PR is social benefits or social rights. So when you get a PR, you have all the rights that a citizen has in Canada, except you only can't vote. So all the benefits that a normal citizen would have living in Canada, who's born in Canada or who has a Canadian passport, won't make a difference. You can enjoy all the benefits except voting. So it also covers health cards. So when you're a student, you mainly don't get a health card, but you have to rely on your personal insurance that if anything happens, you can use that. So once you have your PR, you can go to the designated office and get your health card done. So it covers everything except dental and glasses. So if you have a health card, you can go to any hospital and you can use your health card and they have to entertain you. The next social right that I'll talk about is education for children. So if you are married and you have a kid, or if you have a kid anyhow, your kid is covered for free education till high school, including transportation and books. So you don't have to worry about anything. Your kid's education is totally covered by government and you don't have to worry about it. The next thing that I have on the list is citizenship, which is really important. So it's pretty easy once you have your PR. So what happens is that if you have a PR and you're living in Canada for 3 years, what you can do is that apply for your citizenship. The thing is that if you're coming from India, India doesn't have a dual citizenship, but Canada does. So in case you're planning to get your Canadian citizenship, you have to drop your Indian citizenship and leave your passport. You'll get a new passport from Canada. But just in case you don't want to leave your Indian citizenship, you can keep on renewing your PR card. And renewing a PR card is not hard. It's similar to extending your driver's license. The only condition that you have to live by is that in the last 5 years, you have to live in Canada for 3 years. That comes up to be 1095 days out of 5 years. And if you leave the country, let's say for 1 day, you have to make sure your number of days is covered when you apply for a citizenship. I leave a link in the description box below which talks more about applying for a citizenship and what are the eligibility criteria. So one more benefit that you get when you get a Canadian citizenship is that you can travel to a lot of countries without any problems. So let's say you're traveling to the US. So you just have to go to the border crossing from Canada to the US and fill up a simple form and they'll let you in without any problems. There are a lot more countries which accept Canadian passport. It gets pretty easy if you like to travel. So the fourth thing that I have on the list is family sponsorship. So when you move to Canada, a lot of family members already have a wish that they should move with you and might have a better chance of moving if you have been living in Canada for a while. So the good thing is that if you have your siblings who are back in India or any other country and you are a permanent resident in Canada, whenever your siblings or your parents apply for a PR, they get additional points. And you can also sponsor your parents and grandparents with super visa. The conditions for both the things are different. For siblings it's pretty straightforward, but for parents and grandparents for super visa, the process is a bit different. So I link the article in the description box below. If you're interested about reading more about super visa for your parents and grandparents, you can explore that. Or if you have any questions for me, you can leave a comment below and I'll get back to you with all the research I have. So the next thing that I want to list is express immigration. So it helps a lot whenever you're traveling internationally and you're coming back to Canada. Everyone who has a PR card or is a citizen can easily go to express immigration and get their paperwork done as soon as possible. But for others like students and work permit holders, you have to follow a specific line and spend some time getting your immigration done. So PR helps in that as well. I know this year you haven't been able to travel, but in the coming months or coming years and everything is back to normal, it'll make a lot more sense and you can travel without any problems. So the last thing on the list is getting a loan. So when you're new in Canada, banks look at your credit history and your duration in Canada and all other factors, and then they determine if they want to give you a loan or no. But when you hold a permanent residency card, it gets pretty easy for them to trust you and give you a loan based on your immigration status, based on your job and other factors that they look at. So I was personally denied a loan a couple of times because I was on work permit and my work permit was only for 1 year. So these things really happen if you look into the country, but there are always ways to get things done. So these are the benefits that you receive when you are a PR, but there are also general things that you face in Canada, or you see benefits that moving to Canada would give you. Things like safety, no discrimination, help from government and others is really important factors. For example, the government was paying roughly $2,000 to every individual who lost their jobs due to the virus that we have this year and last year. The government also provided 75% of subsidy to private companies so that they don't have to fire anyone. So there are quite a few different benefits that make Canada unique. Additionally, a few days ago, the government announced a different benefit that they're giving to everyone who worked from home. So when you file your taxes, you can use that credit and you have to pay taxes less, or you might get a refund depending on your situation. There are also a few things that the government has recently done because of COVID. That is, they've asked landlords not to increase rents of their houses. They have given subsidy in hydro, that is electricity, and other bills as well. And during the time, they have also offered free or cheap transportation, that people can rely on public transportation and travel without any problems. So when you think about long run, let's say 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the line, all these small things help for sure. But if you're only looking at a temporary thing, it will be good for you to come here, study and work, and then go back to your country. But you have a long-term mindset, you have to settle here, you have to grow here, then it's a really good country. If you move to Canada now, is a perfect time. So also made one more video which talks about this is the right time you should move to Canada because of quite a few factors. I linked that in the description box below and in the cards above as well. I'd recommend you to check it out because it shares a lot more, you can say, details which might help you make a decision. So that's it for this one, guys. Hope you like my content. If you have any suggestions for me or any question that you might have, please feel free to leave a comment below or send me an email, and also share this video with your friends and family. So I'll be sharing a lot more points in the future which might help you make a good decision when you're moving to Canada. That's it for this one, guys. See you in the next one.